Hey everyone! In this video today, I want to show you guys how to make this super easy and fun twist on a chevron. The best part about it is that the easiest way to work this up is only in 2 steps. So if you want to learn how to make this wonderful pattern, then keep on watching. So for this bracelet, you are going to need 5 different colors and then your black color or whichever one you would like to pick for this bracelet. And you can kind of tell already that black is used the most throughout this pattern, which means that the strings will kind of get eaten up a little bit quicker compared to the rest of your colors. As you can see here, as I'm working on the bracelet, some of my black strings are so much shorter than my colors. But if you measure each string, especially the black ones, about 40 inches or 1 meter long, then you'll probably be okay. But if you are a little bit more concerned about it, then you can measure your black strings just a little bit longer, and that's totally fine. You want to order your strings from the outside to the middle. 1, 2, 3. Then you have your black string, and then 4, black string, and then 5. And I tried to pick as close to a rainbow color order as I could, just to make it easier to see if you don't want to make a rainbow. So for the first step, on the left side, we're going to take our outermost left strand, and we are first going to do a forward knot onto the string to the right of it. And then on the next color, which will be your third color, you will do a forward backward knot. And then we will leave that color alone for now, and we'll come to the first black string that is next to our third color that we just knotted onto. And we are going to do a backward forward knot onto that strand to the left of it. And then you will make forward knots across the next 3 strings right here to bring it to the middle. And then we're going to come to the right side and repeat exactly what we just did on the left, but we are mirroring it. So take your outermost right strand now and do a backward knot onto the string to the left of it. And then on the next string, which will be your third color, you will do a backward forward knot. And then we'll come to the first black string in line, which is next to our third color here. And we are going to do a forward backward knot onto it. And then do backward knots onto the next 3 strings to the left of it, right here, to bring it to the middle. And then, just like any other chevron, you want to connect your middle 2 strands. So I'm just going to do a forward knot here. And then for the second step, let's go ahead and come back to our outermost left side. We are going to pick up our first color, which will now be second in line from the left. And we are first going to do a backward forward knot onto the string to the left of it. And then we are going to do forward knots onto the next 2 strings to the right of it, which will be your third and fourth color. And then we're going to pick up the first black string in line, which is to the right of our leading strand, and we are going to take this string and do a backward knot onto the first color. And then our leading string will now do forward knots onto the next two of the strings to the right of it. And now let's repeat the same thing on the right side, but mirror those steps. So take your first color, which is going to be second in line, and do a forward backward knot onto the string to the right of it, which is currently our second color. And then you will do 2 backward knots onto the next 2 colors to the left of it, which is currently our third and fourth color. And then we're going to pick up the first black string that is next to the leading strand, and we are going to do a forward knot onto the leading strand with it. And then we can bring our leading strand back up and do 2 backward knots onto the next 2 strings to the left of it. And again, take your 2 middle strands and connect them with a knot. And those are the only 2 steps that you need to do to work up this really cool twist on a chevron. Now, if you do want to follow the video again from the beginning, you will of course have to kind of forget about the whole color placement, because now you can see that our second color is on the outermost left side, and that's just obviously because we are working it down in this rainbow order here, or whichever order that you're doing it in. But if you pay attention to each chevron going down, then you'll know what string is going to be next, and it'll stay in the same order throughout the whole thing. So those are just some things that you can keep your eye on while you are working on the bracelet. And with segment knotting, you can do it literally however you want to. There is a quicker way to work this up, but I wanted to make this friendly for more skill levels, and so doing it this way kind of helps those out who are a little bit more beginner, and then those who are more advanced can figure out their own way that they want to segment knot it as they work on the pattern. Because at least for me, when I'm working on bracelets, I just kind of naturally find an efficient way to knot it up. So if that's the same for you, then by all means, go ahead and do that. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video today. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.